Sucked into the Deception by Diane Shawe. Channel Tunnel, London. The Ambush.
Sucked into the Deception by Diane Shawe. Channel Tunnel, London. The Ambush. Amy had never been to the Channel Tunnel before, and although this was not how she had ever imagined she would visit and use the Channel Tunnel, she recognized that the Channel Tunnel, a marvel of modern engineering, had transformed into a battleground as Amy and her team journeyed toward Esbedra. Inside the shuttle carriage, the tension was palpable. The 3 cars were packed with their equipment, and most crucially, the artifact containing the phone was securely attached to Amy via a specially designed rucksack. This rucksack was impervious to cutting, removal, or any form of tampering, courtesy of Nexus's contacts with a secret online manufacturer. Another step was taken when Amy activated Level 1 of the virtual disguise generator to cloak the rucksack, which was managed via her smartwatch. As the train plunged deeper into the tunnel, an eerie quiet descended, only to be broken by a low, ominous humming. It was a sound Amy had come to dread, the signature of a Black Hornet drone. In the dim, flickering light in the train's toilets, the walls seemed to close in, casting long, dancing shadows that played tricks on the eyes. Wayne was waiting outside the door. Nexus's voice, usually calm and controlled, carried a note of urgency as it echoed through Amy's earpiece. "Heightened alert, Amy. Black Hornet drone detected. Be ready for anything." As if on cue, the train shuddered violently, metal screeching against metal before lurching to a complete stop. The sudden halt threw passengers off balance, causing a momentary chaos of shouts and clattering luggage. Amy and Wayne, however, remained focused. They knew this was no mechanical failure. It was an orchestrated stop, a signal for the Googleverse agents to initiate their attack. With the train immobilized in the depths of the tunnel, the agents wasted no time. Doors were effortlessly opened, and heavy boots hit the floor as they walked through each carriage. The atmosphere thickened with tension. The only sounds now were the distant footsteps of the approaching agents and the persistent hum of the drone overhead. Activating the virtual disguise generator to Level 4, Amy tapped her smartwatch, enveloping herself and Wayne in a cloaking field. Invisible to the naked eye, they moved with silent precision through the carriages, unfortunately just behind the agents. Despite their invisibility, the close quarters of the train's interior posed a challenge. They had to maneuver carefully, avoiding physical contact with passengers and objects. As they advanced, Wayne, a few steps ahead of Amy, accidentally brushed against a table, knocking over a passenger's Coke. The soda can clatter loudly as it hit the floor, soda spewing across the aisle. The passenger looked around bewildered, seeing no apparent culprit. Amy held her breath, praying that the mishap would not blow their cover. They could not afford any distractions. Their mission was to get evidence and alert Nexus without drawing attention to themselves. Wayne apologized under his breath, although his words went unheard by those around them. He and Amy continued, each step measured and deliberate. When they finally located the agents, Amy covertly recorded them with her phone, capturing their faces and any distinguishing features. The footage was immediately streamed to Nexus, who analyzed it in real time. Within moments of receiving the footage, Nexus identified the agents and relayed the information to the train's internal security team. Simultaneously, Nexus worked to hack back into the train's control system, attempting to override the malicious code that had stopped the train. "Amy, Wayne, stay sharp. I'm working on getting the train moving again," Nexus informed them through the earpiece. "Security is moving in to apprehend the Googleverse agents, and the drones have been neutralized." Meanwhile, Amy's father, leveraging his extensive espionage experience, took action to secure their immediate surroundings. He skillfully hot-wired the carriage doors, sealing them shut and isolating themselves from potential further attacks. This quick thinking provided them a temporary haven within the chaos of the tunnel. In the tense minutes that followed, Amy and Wayne stayed securely hidden in the carriage her dad had sealed, watching as the train security team, now informed of the 77th threat, discreetly approached and detained the Googleverse agents. With Nexus's guidance, they did so efficiently, minimizing panic among the other passengers. Finally, with a jolt, the train began to move again. The lights stabilized, and the normal hum of the train on its tracks replaced the ominous drone sound. Amy and Wayne, still under the cloak of invisibility, made their way back to their seats, relief washing over them as they realized they had navigated the crisis successfully. As the train exited the tunnel and burst into the dim light of a cloudy day, Amy and Wayne relaxed slightly, but remained vigilant. They had survived the ambush.
The journey was far from over. With the artifact and the phone still in their possession, and the ever-present threat of further attacks, they knew they had to stay alert. The tunnel had been just the beginning of their trials, and they were prepared to face whatever challenges lay ahead on their journey to Esfedra. Get Sucked into the Deception by Diane Shawe now. Available on Amazon Kindle and Audible. A page-turner.